Took the ceiling back from work. Got stuck in this massive jam. Trafficked. I miss Bandra. Even though the coconut trees, champas, gulmohars, all gone. The body of one gulmohar still remains, but its arms are chopped off. It will live. It will live. And new arms may grow eventually. Now, instead of trees, there is so much of metal over so many cars. Oh, we used to have a car, a Citroen, and when we paired it, its back would just sink and sit on the tires. What an amazing concept, huh? And the rest of the compound was this huge garden where we played any and every game under the garden. It was a sort of raison d'être for us to come up with games. We used to play cricket, volleyball, football, hockey, abba-dubbi, chupa-chupi, 7 tires. 11 months of the year we would just play non-stop. And 12 months we would study because nobody really wanted to fail and repeat us here in the school. The mellow road. That's where I grew up. I think the term growing up is a euphemism for sex education. My buddy Homie, formerly known as Homischi Dower, now he was the first one to provoke my mental faculty. He asked me a question with a lot of authority. He came up to me and said, "Hey buddy, how do you think you were born?" I said, "How?" He said, "By fucking." I said, "Shut up, man. That's a bad word." He said, "What bad word?" "Your mother and your father had to do fucking for you to be born." I said, "Are you trying to tell me that my mom and my father..." Hey, homie, don't you insult my parents, huh? I'll give you one fight. I'll give you a fight. Can't believe I spoke like that. And homie's teaching continued, and he never ceased to amaze me. I remember we were playing the game of French cricket. You know the game? Where we stand in attention like this and the bat in front of you like this, yeah? And you score by doing this, yeah? We had flogged this game to death. And then we sit on this broken bench, t-shirts drenched in sweat, and chappals screwed by the pebbles in the slush. And homie's tuition continued, and he would go on and on and on with the fundamentals of fucking. Now, in my room, I have 3 photographs. My mother, my father, and Jesus. And none of them would say a bad word. And homie was talking about doing one. For few days, I was in this existential angst. My mother, my father fucking equals to me. I never really asked him where he got his information from. I just trusted him. And I learned a lot from Homie. For instance, this bad word, this was an ecstatic experience for me. Even though it's a bad word, animals do it. And the game of doctor doctor had nothing to do with medicines. Good old Homie. He showed me his and I showed him mine. And his elder sister Gulnaz. First ever semi-nude I saw in my life. I was at Omi's house looking for him, and I walked past Gulnaz's door, which was slightly ajar, and she was dressing or undressing, I can't remember, but she was admiring her body in the mirror. And so was I. I disappeared before she could notice me. One day we were playing this volleyball, yeah? And then there was Sajid, Christine, myself and Homie. And I came up with this genius idea of going to Rakesh Puri's bungalow and stealing mangoes from his garden. Now, Rakesh stayed right next to Homie. Basically, it was the same street. So, Christine decides to go home because she decides to take a shower before this robbery. Homie and Sajid, they took the ball and the net and they went back home. So, I slipped into Rakesh's bungalow. I looked around, helped myself with some water, and now Rakesh is not there. And then when there was no one looking, I climbed up the mango tree. On my way down, I saw Rakesh's uncle. Patrick, stealing mangoes? Should I tell your parents or call the police? And I dropped the mangoes from my hand. And then he said, "Don't worry, Patrick. We will play a game. It's a secret game where we both had to take off our trousers and I had to get down on all fours, pretend to be a horse while he was the rider." I guess I could have run. I could have screamed for help. I could have done something. But one would only scream when one anticipates a threat that is familiar. Anyway, it's all a memory now. I'm not there. I'm here. And past doesn't exist anymore. I'm here and I'm fine. So, all those of you who want your childhood back, I would be thrilled to tell you that that is not possible. And if you think that Bombay has changed because it is too crowded, smelly, or maybe too polluted, you're going to have to live with it, because change is constant, and thank God for that. In my childhood, my favorite game was 7 Tires. I used to play a lot in my garden, in that compound. So in this game, there is 7 tires piled up one over the other, and there are 2 teams, team 1 and team 2. So team 1 throws a ball at these pile of 7 tires. So basically the idea is to destroy the pile of tires, and if that happens, team 2 tries to get the members of team 1 out. And how do they do that? They take that ball and throw at team 1, and this ball stings. Especially if it is wet, it would really hurt. So team 1, they have to put all those tires one over the other. So basically they have to rearrange those pile of tires, and if they are able to do that, they shout 7 tires because you won. So break the pile, rebuild, avoid the stings from the balls thrown at you. Break the pile, rebuild, avoid the stings from the balls thrown at you.